The last thing that I do on the passenger side of the engine compartment is the coolant and the reservoir. So the coolant reservoir, same thing as the others. It's securely mounted and not damaged. There's liquid, so it's not leaking. It's at safe, they want to hear safe operating level with the fluid at or above the refill mark. Your cap is going to be on tight. Well, see, that one kind of moved, so you can kind of make sure it's on tight. And then some of the older coolant reservoirs are like aluminum containers that you can't see in. They don't have a sight glass at all. Actually, it's kind of like these hub seals on our tires don't have a sight glass on them. But for the reservoirs, if there's no sight glass, then you would have to take the cap off and you would have to visibly check to see there's fluid in there and that it's at the right level. So when you put it all together, my coolant reservoir is securely mounted and not damaged. You can even say no loose or missing nuts or bolts. It's not leaking. It's at safe operating range at or above the refill mark. My cap is tight. If there was no sight glass, I would remove the cap to visibly check for fluid. And as you can see, I am touching everything as I'm saying it because that also reminds me what I need to say. And when you're talking about things, if you just look at it and kind of touch it, you'll remember what to talk about. So one more time, this is my coolant reservoir and coolant. My reservoir is securely mounted, not damaged, not leaking, no loose or missing nuts or bolts. It is at safe operating level with fluid at or above the refill mark. My cap is tight. If there was no sight glass, I would remove the cap to visibly check for fluid. And we do not need to talk about the wiper fluid.